like Ice Spice or something. Like, what's he really doing? You know?
Yeah.
I feel kind of let down by them because they've kind of, created this world that we're living in, and it's not really that ideal.
You know, as a whole, we're all meant to be together, and you know, you just see wars and stuff. You know?
Welcome to Talk Changes, a podcast where you name it, we talk it. I will be your host, David, and my two guests are.
Hi, I'm Wahid.
I'm Jack.
Today's podcast, we are working with exposure, and then we will be touching on a universal experience that everyone relates to. And then we will be also shining the voices of Jack and Mawahid. What was the first moment or experience that made you like change? Could be music, like anything really.
I'll say mainly my mindset, you know,
Mindset.
like, because everyone changes, you know what I'm saying, like through, you know, puberty or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the mental change is very important because, you know, you can change physically, but you may not, you know, have it mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still people who are childish. You've got people in our generation who, you know, vape, smoke, do drugs, alcohol, have sex before marriage. So, you know, yeah, I just feel like that's my greatest change. And also, if it comes to passions, I like music. So, you know, I look at a lot of artists and, you know, I'm inspired by them to the point where I'm making my own lyrics. You know what I mean? So, yeah, music has helped me view the world very differently. So, yeah.
And what artist inspires you to do this?
I would say mainly two. So, Tupac,
Tupac.
because he's very passionate and I'm a passionate person myself. So, when he says things, I like relate to it in a sense, like I understand him.
Yeah.
And another one is Michael Jackson. Like he's just been a childhood favorite of mine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's good. And Jack, what about you?
I would say music is the same. It's definitely like opened my like kind of eye as to like what can really be possible out there, and the way music makes me feel, it makes me feel empowered and stuff. So like my life really changed as soon as I started like opening these doors to new opportunities in terms of music, because I really do feel like something when I listen to it. But yeah.
That's very good. Thank you very much. So, what made you interested in those things? And like, do you think there's anybody? I mean, there is Tupac and Michael Jackson, but for Jack, like, do you have anyone in mind that's interesting?
I think Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
Yeah, yeah. I love the way he sings. I love the production that he does. Um, and I love just all about him really. His aura.
Yeah.
When you said production, like I'm a very creative person. So when I saw, you know, Tyler the Creator, his music videos are mental, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a big thing.
Okay. So that's very inspirational for me because I do have a lot of artists that I love like listening to, obviously. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So, is there something you wanted to do or accomplish, but you haven't yet? Any issues?
There was one time where I was this close to going to Saudi
Saudi.
because, you know, it's religion, it's pilgrimage. So I really wanted to, well, not I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go when grew up older, but at the time when my parents were thinking of going, I was a baby. And so I think the flight got cancelled or something like that. Either that or like something came up so they couldn't actually like pay for it and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, but ever since they told me, you know, obviously going through research, I've seen how pilgrimage is and I've seen what they do, and it's like, you know, I just really want to go there, you know what I mean? So that's one of the big things that, you know, I've really looked up to.
And like pilgrimage, as you mentioned, do you feel like that's changed the lifestyle for you when you've tried it there compared to where you were before?
I mean, when I viewed it, it was you know, again, it was another big change I saw because, you know, when you go to so much different countries, like they wear a lot of revealing clothes, and modesty is a big thing in my religion. And you know, when you're in Saudi, you just see everyone like they're dressed modestly. You know, there's respect, there's trust. You know what I mean? And so that's something I really look up to as a like, you know, that's how I view that and try and put those changes into my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And try and look up to that stuff. So yeah.
very respectful. And you, Jack?
Um, I'll be honest, there isn't really like much I can really say for this.
Oh, okay.
But I guess something to do with art. You know,
Art.
I've been really interested in art of like all my life,
Mm.
and I haven't really gotten like close to it.
Into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really into it. But I'm definitely trying. Yeah.
yeah. It's always good to try things,
Yeah.
honestly. You never know the outcome.
Yeah, true, true.
Okay, our third question. So, what do you see, like, do you see yourself in your future changing? Like, do you feel like there will be challenges along the way, or would there be like, I don't know, like obstacles for you in the future?
Fine. You like to?
I think it'll be smooth sailing, I'll be honest. I don't really see why there would be really challenges. Um, Maybe concerning loved ones, family, friends, and stuff
Yeah,
like that. You never know what happens.
Mm.
You know, things change just like that.
exactly.
So, I mean, I'm very hopeful for the future. Um, yeah, does
It's
that answer your
always,
question?
yeah, it does. It's very positive to always think about the
Yeah.
future.
Mm.
Sometimes you can't really take the negative out of it because you
Hmm.
never know, really. Like, could be anything. And Moed?
Um, I mean, I've kind of set goals for myself, personal goals that I feel I have to do before I die. And like once I hit those goals, like I don't care when I die. I'll be real.
Ooh.
Like, yeah,
Like a bucket list.
yeah, kind like it's more of like, for the people I care about,
Uh-huh.
religion, me personally, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I have to kind of portray a lot of people, they they're kind of attention seekers or something like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? For me, it's more of like, how can I change within myself? Like, I don't really care about what other people think, but I'm gonna do stuff to make God proud and myself proud. That's really it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, yeah, deep. It's deep. I see myself in the future as making a great change, and I just hope people ride with me, pretty much.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much for that response. So, fourth question. This is more about the world. What do you think, how do you think it affects the generation now, society in itself?
Mm. Um,
How do you personally feel about the changes in society?
I feel like it's up and down,
Mm,
Mm.
but like as generations go by, we're slowly just decreasing. Like, you know, I'm quite self-critical of myself because I put a lot of high expectations for myself, but that also makes me view the world in a sense where I'm very disappointed at times. Like, I feel like we're all kind of, not every single human being, of course, but,
yeah.
as a whole, we're all meant to be together and, you just see wars and stuff, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You see all these things. I feel like overall we're kind of losing a sense of morality, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, Respect as well. Yeah.
What do you think is pulling away from that morality?
Um, I feel as generations go by, people are more, well, the older generation gets more lenient. You know what I mean? So, um, I guess there's not a lot of hardness and, discipline and I guess a sense of motivation as
Mm,
there was back then.
yeah.
Like that's why I mentioned music earlier. I feel like you even see it in the the artists, like who you got now, like High Spice or something. Like, what's he really doing? You know what I'm saying? We got Central C just, but like back then, you've had like actual artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we've kind of changed and we're kind of declining. But yeah, I feel like we just, we need a wake up call. You know what I'm saying? We just need to
Mm.
like
You
look
need
in.
to be woke.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Jack, can you?
I think it's like I'm not trying to sound like kind of offensive to older generations, but
Yeah.
I feel kind of let down by them because they've kind of, created this world that we're living in and it's not really that ideal. Like you always see all these like, older generations, like
Yeah.
the leaders and stuff,
Mm,
they're not really, making the changes that we need to progress.
Hmm.
They're kind of just bickering over like land which is it's not going to get us really anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Is there a story you can remember at all, like of like the old generation? Anything that really poked you
Well, like on the top of my head right now,
or let you down?
like probably like I said, world leaders, they're mostly older generations.
Mhm.
They've
Yeah.
really experienced most of like the harsh realities of life,
Yeah,
and I feel like that they kind of haven't really learned that much from it.
exactly.
Like,
Mm.
you know, they've gone through all this hardship and pain and stuff, but they're also inflicting it on others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
That's
Yeah.
that's a big comment there, man.
It's generational trauma.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
We hope this conversation inspired you to reflect on your own journey and the shifts you've experienced or want to make in your life. Until next time.